Hello from Snowpocalypse, Northeast Ohio. As you can see here, we got a good 12 plus inches of snow. I wanted to divvy it up a little bit differently with this latest video to see how far I could actually walk, how many of my neighbors have cleared the snow. My block, we cleared it all the way up to the end of our block, and most people have as well. As you can see here in Ohio, when the crews come through, they basically plow all this, and they plow it up around the side of the road, the front of your house. But I wanted to do a little bit differently today. We'll see how far I can walk, how cold it gets. Today is January 26th. Would have been my mother's 70th birthday. She passed away in mid-September after a bout with liver cancer. And I won't go into how she got the liver cancer, but some of you might not know liver cancer is not, it's not in your genes. It's not something that you can get genetically from a parent. It's something that happens usually when your body gets sick in a different way and manifests itself in liver cancer. And have a half day at work because of this. So I guess they were like, hey, you gotta dig yourself out of your driveway, so we'll give you a few hours to do that. And I don't know why we're opening, because we're not essential. And who's gonna be going out in this crap? Look, library, school, closed. School, of course, closed. Not gonna have little kids go to school in this and drive the bus. But it gave me some time this morning to reflect on my life and what I've done up to this point. And I know, the first 4 videos, very few people have watched, and the people that did, thank you so much. The people that commented, a couple comments, I very much appreciate it. I'm definitely going to be diligent with this. This is something that I feel like I need to do, not something that I want to do. I, again, have no desire, or not desire, I mean, who wouldn't be desirous of, replacing their job, their soul-crushing job. In my case, I work in sales. I appreciate the people I work with, appreciate the people I work for, but it's a job that's dependent on the whims of other people. And you always have to be on. You can never be off in sales. And, that's just what it is. I'm too old to swing a hammer again. Probably die if I had to go back to work doing something like that. But I appreciate and admire the people that can, especially at my age, still do that. But I am going to be diligent and post every single week. Hopefully these will get better. Got to get a microphone. I know that. Got a little bit of lighting that I borrowed from my daughter to make myself look a little bit more presentable on video. But, I know the consistency is the key. And again, I just want to, have people I can talk to on this. I mean, I have friends, I have family members. We don't see each other all that much. My wife and my daughter are my best friends. I see my sister a lot. She's awesome. But, there's not enough people that I can talk to in life about the things that we go through on a daily basis. Here, look. See? Got to step over all this crap here. Oop, almost slipped there. To keep walking, but thankfully, most of the people around here have at least done the walks. I know the mail carriers are not out today, but they will be, and they need something like this, at least to walk on and get into people's houses. We don't get a lot of snow, like if you're in Maine or, upstate New York or Montana, stuff like that. But the guys that have the plows, the people that have the four-wheelers that have the little plows on them, they were out yesterday cleaning up, making some money. My wife and I were digging ourselves out of our driveway. We did it twice yesterday. We did it in the morning when there's about 6 or 7 inches of snow. And then we did it again 4 or 5 hours later when we had about 3 or 4 inches of snow. So right now, there's 2 inches of snow. Not something I'm really worried about. I can get my car out of there. Maybe later tonight we can, post hole and hoot, 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 hoot. I don't think we're gonna have to dig ourselves out. It doesn't look like more snow is coming, but it's definitely gonna be cold. It's about 10 degrees here today. and looks like it's going to stay that way for about a week. Other places were hit harder. I know in the Mid-South and places like that where they got ice, a bunch of people without power. Here in Ohio, pardon me, we're ready for it. It's not something that we really have to worry about. The high winds, of course, would be different, but as you can hear, not too windy today. Hopefully it's a type of video that I can post because I don't have anything to muffle the wind. I just wanted to go for a quick walk down to the end of my street and kind of show you guys what's going on right now. A little capsule in time for what's happening January 26th, 2026. And as I said, my mother would have been her 70th birthday. And my mom did the best that she could. My mother and father were married for, dang close to 50 years before my dad passed away a few years ago. He passed away of a heart attack. And it's a couple of the reasons because of them why I decided to start shooting these videos. Expose a little bit about myself, my world, and my place in the world and the larger world out here. The things that I'm doing to try to ensure that my daughter has a better life than me, and the things that I'm doing to try to make my life better. All right, we've come to the end here. I'm not stepping through these snowdrifts, so I'm going to turn around, walk back home. But yeah, I'm not really upset that I have to go into work today. It'll help me take my mind off of things a little bit. Again, it's probably going to mostly be stuff on the phone. I don't know anybody that's going out in this weather that's not going out for food, medical issues, things like that. If you're going out because you want to drive around in this snow, you're absolutely crazy. The roads are pretty clear, but they're still icy. Again, with the wind chill, it's under 10 degrees. But I digress on that point. You're probably all going through some sort of winter weather unless you're living in South Florida or California, places like that. And if you are, God bless you. I lived in Florida for a long time. I don't mind the weather. I love the seasons. I love the distinct seasons that we get in the Midwest. So again, not too bummed by this. Here's the walk back up. Thankfully, got a good community here, good neighbors. If I don't know them all, at the very least, I know them by sight. We wave to each other. We kind of help each other out, and except for where they've plowed, pretty easy to walk through here, I leave a little bit of snow on my walk, on my part of the sidewalk, and then put some de-icer down so it's a nice base for people to walk on. You don't want it to be too bare because then you risk, pardon me, slipping on the ice. Then you have a winter medical emergency you're probably going to have to go out for, especially when you're 50 years old. Not too many falls I take now that I'm able to just jump back up from and not have to see a medical professional for. But that's the journey. When I was 20 years old, never thought about being 50. When I was 30, thought a little bit more about it. When I was 40, I kind of dreaded it. When I was 49, I had this Zen place where I was like, it's kind of like continuing to post on YouTube and getting more traction with people commenting, people liking what you're doing, finding value in it. It's just attrition. Just waking up every day, trying to be in the best mood that you can possibly be in, trying to do your best for yourself and your family. Getting to 50 is not hard unless you put obstacles in your way. Being attracted to the wrong people, toxic people, becoming addicted to drugs or alcohol or food or pornography, whatever it might happen to be. So it's not hard. But once you get here, this is the age where you know that if you can continue to strive to live a better life, to be a decent person, that 80 years old is possible. That you could have another 20 to 30 good years. And you just got to keep fighting. You got to keep putting one foot in front of the other. Path sometimes is going to be hard. Sometimes it's going to be ridiculously easy. I found the paths that are the hardest have been the most fulfilling in my life. The ones that gave me the most value and helped me grow as a person. And that's probably true for everybody. And that's not to say that I'll take an easy year, because as I said at the beginning of this video, 2025 was a hard year. Still kind of feeling the after effects of it too. Hoping that 2026 can be a much better year, not just for myself and my family, but for all of us. The world's a crazy place right now, but if we all just work on ourselves, work on our relationships, and work locally, we can affect change in our country, in the world. We can make it so that everyone is valued again. That not just billionaires call the shots. That we can give a better lives not only to our kids, but ourselves. I think that's something that moms and dads sometimes forget about is, yeah, everybody wants their kid to have a better life than them. Everyone wants their kid to succeed, you know, and be happy. That's the main thing. Be happy. But you forget about yourself. And you should spend most of your time on your family and on your kids. But don't neglect to take care of yourself too. Because if you don't do that, you might be around for them, but you're not going to be effective. You're not going to set a good example for them. So again, for me, wake up on the right side of the bed. Oh, see, I can cross. This car's going super slow. Hi, car. God bless you. Hope everybody stays safe out there. See, you can see the gusts here. We gusted pretty high. My neighbor's house. No one's currently living there right now. But my place right here. So, thank you very much for listening to me today. I hope everybody is staying warm, staying safe, and thank you again for watching this video and taking a stroll with me on this winter day. I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks and take care.